Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. My name is Samantha, and today's video is so very interesting. The gentleman that you will see talking about soil compaction, water infiltration, and whether or not cardboard is a good use in a no-till situation is Mr. Matthew Denton. He works for the USDA NRCS Soil Health Division. He is a team leader. He is actually out of Tennessee, and he is in Louisiana doing some speaking engagements and participating in farm tours across Louisiana. Now, this farm that they are currently at, that you'll see in the video, is in Ruston, Louisiana, and part of the Campty Field of Dreams no-till organic regenerative market garden. Like, it is the pilot farm. It is the one that we here at Starkey Farmstead are emulating, okay? So I invite you guys to watch this entire film, and something I would just like to share with y'all. Mr. Matthew Denton will be on my property in about 3 hours here at Starkey Farmstead to do a farm tour. So that'll be a video that I get up this afternoon for you guys, and I am so excited to show this man who understands soil health in a way that I can only hope and train to do, to show him my vermicomposting setup, my black soldier fly setup, my chicken deep mulch system where they make my compost for me, to show him that setup, to show him my organic no-till market garden first year, first season on hard-packed Louisiana clay. I cannot wait to hear his suggestions and to implement his suggestions, because he is the expert and I am learning, and I want to be the best at what I do for my soil. I am only in competition with myself, but I want to be able to produce the most food as nutrient dense as possible out of this soil. And I know having him come here to Starkey Farmstead is going to give me an edge in being able to see where I am at, be honest with myself on what I need to change, and then implement those changes across the entire 2-acre farmstead that we have here. So we thank you guys for watching. I am so super excited about the video you're fixing to watch. They're going to cover lasagna gardening. Should you or should you not use cardboard in a no-till situation? Things that you can use in a deep mulch situation to prep your soil. And he's going to show you the differences in well-managed soil, things like no-till, adding organic matter, versus unmanaged. Now, when I say unmanaged, I mean it's not tilled, it's just never been managed. And I've got some areas in my yard that are like that. They're just hard-packed from vehicles going over them, people walking on them. That's unmanaged. Now, Campty Field of Dreams, their main farm, had no areas that had ever been tilled. Okay, so they didn't have a tilled soil to use in the demonstration. So keep that in mind, all right? If it was a tilled soil, it would be worse than the unmanaged soil. And there are videos out there on the web that'll demonstrate that. So I hope that you take the knowledge that Miss Donna Isaacs and Mr. Matthew Denton freely are giving here. These people are experts. They do this every single day. They have been doing this for a couple of years, Miss Donna Isaacs. But Mr. Matthew Denton is actually a no-till soil specialist expert, guys. Just like the USDA NRCS, please take the knowledge that he's giving and try to implement it into your no-till practices, or your raised bed practices, or your lasagna style, or your 100-acre farm, or your 2-acre garden, or your 1/4-acre market garden, as in my case. So you guys be blessed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to make these videos. The more people that like them, comment on them, share them, and subscribe, the more people can get this knowledge so that they can prepare food for what is coming, because I think we're all in agreement. Food is fixing to become too expensive and in very short very short supply with a very high demand. So you guys be blessed. Get out there, guys. Get something in the ground. Thank you for watching.
Borrowed from it here, but you can all come by and look at this this is from the plot where they've added quite a bit of organic material to the top. So this is what they would have started with, a pretty sandy parent material here, and you see a lot of redoxamorphic features, which is poorly drained, indication of poorly drained, where you have the reds and the grays. Okay.
We put down cardboard, and we ran out of cardboard, but we wanted it longer. So then we came in and we put wood chips down over the cardboard, and we kept going the entire area. And then we did stuff, we had some compost that we put in. We had some chicken manure from the barn we put on. We put deep mulch over it, which was hay. So we just did several layers, but the thing was, we made sure we planted in the ground. And what we observed the first year, so this was the Hail Mary patch that year. This was 2020, and we were having hurricanes out the wazoo, and everything, you know, was just going to pot out in the fields. And this was excuse me, the Hail Mary patch. And so when we planted it that fall, we did it around July, August, okay? The cucumbers on the front half were very small, not a lot of cucumbers.
And you don't trellis, right?
They were on a trellis,
trellis,
and it was the same trellis that ran the entire bed. The cucumbers that started beyond where the cardboard were, they were unbelievable, long, I mean just bountiful plants, huge amount of cucumbers. But we didn't pay any attention to that. So we're going to look at, so I'm going to turn it over to Matthew, and then we'll talk about what we learned today. Okay, so go ahead, sir.
All right. Well, just another demonstration for you. These are called soil infiltration rings, and we have a 440 milliliters amount of water, which is equivalent to an inch over an acre. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. So we drove an infiltration ring here purposely in this compacted lane. So this would be indicative of something that would be poorly managed. We couldn't find a tilled location. We thought about the pool, where the pool was back there, but that really would be way outside the norm. So we went with a heavily compacted lane here, and this has been going.
Oh Lord, it's
approaching an hour. So
and it's not going anywhere.
This water that we poured in there is still there, and is likely not going to dissipate anytime soon. So then we thought, well, we'll compare this to this properly managed part of the farm, and we put the inch in there. We were expecting it to percolate really quickly, and it did not.
Right.
It did not. So we took the penetrometer out, and has anybody used one of these? Seen one of these?
Yeah, we did it at their farms.
You have to be careful when you do this. You want soil at a pretty decent level of moisture, field capacity. You don't want to do this during very dry conditions because it can give you a false reading. If you're really dry, it's going to show that you have maybe some compaction issues where you really may not. But these soils underneath the mulch are really about right. So we did the penetrometer, and if you can just kind of watch me, you see I'm hitting a little bit of a layer right there, and then it's getting up to the threshold here of 300 psi. But then as you punch through that, the psi, the compaction level, goes down. So we noticed that here, and we thought that might be contributing to the reason why. And this inch is just about gone.
Just about gone.
And
but
we're over an hour. So an inch per hour is not where we want to be. We want to be multiple inches in just a few minutes. So we slid down here and put another ring in, because this had a little bit different type of organic material. And this ring was at a minute and a half, that first inch went away. And again, the management, the application was the difference. So
Right, exactly. So what we realized is that where the cardboard is, there is like the cardboard itself created a compaction layer, and it broke the top off. Whereas down there, where there is no cardboard, the roots went down. It's making better soil down there, and the infiltration was like a minute and a half. So it's just so much better on the area without the cardboard than with the cardboard. So now we know we have to go in and broad fork this so that we can go down deeper. The other thing was where we had about 7 inches, we would say, before it got to that 300 psi, where a root won't go any further than 300 psi, whereas down here it went way further. And over here, over here it was like maybe half an inch.
yeah, we didn't get that far.
Yeah.
See, this one is been dry for quite some time. We can put, actually, let me go grab another. Okay, go. The kit comes with saran wrap, but I usually don't fool with it. I just do it like this. You just don't want to pour it in there and cause like a false compaction, but this dissipates it pretty well. You do it pretty quickly this way. So that first inch went away in about a minute and a half. We'll see what this second inch does. And it could really be slow. I don't know. We haven't tried it, so you always want to try these demos out before you have people in front of you, but we didn't do that today, so I'm going against one of my own rules. I do.
We're gonna bring that one out here. Ooh.
That's pretty.
So
Now compared to this white sand, that's where we started.
you see the definite difference. I mentioned the color, right? Can everybody see this? I apologize if you can't, but come around here. But you see that definite difference in organic material.
So that's 2 years of organic management.
And we're moist all the way down. So I'm about 8 inches or so. We're really moist here. If you want to touch it, I know we're about to eat lunch here, but this is really moist.
Wow.
And if you notice, earlier I mentioned those redoxymorphic features, that the oxidation and reduction of iron, and that's indicative in anaerobic conditions. So this soil has some concerns with that. And so irrigation management is key.
8 minutes after they put the water in, it is completely absorbed.
It goes all the way down. It's not the best thing. It actually is better off to just do just the soil, cut your grass, and start building up from that point on.
And leave the cardboard out.
Leave the cardboard out.
That looks like cake.